Hey guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, earlier today, I dropped a news article or a press conference that I want to talk about involving the death of this 6-year-old boy right here. The 6-year-old boy is from Madison Heights, Michigan, or I think that's a place near Detroit, Michigan. Shout out either way. His name was Giovanni Jennings. He was 6 years old. These two people up here, they need to be on a barbecue pit somewhere, roasting, are his mother, Elena Jennings, who's 25 years old, and Daniel Giacchino, who's 32 years old, the boyfriend. Why are these people on here right now? You know, besides the causing the death of this guy, this little boy, reason why they're up here, and we're going to talk about this, is a lot of times in these videos, we just focus a lot on the mental abuse, but the psychological abuse, in my opinion, ranks just as high, if not higher, than the actual abuse itself, in my opinion. The only way to really get a full impact of, a full understanding of the impact that this has on the child, a lot of us have to relate to our childhood, which mine wasn't nowhere near like this, or we have to put ourselves in the hearts and minds of the victim. And it's hard because they're 6 years old and don't have the knowledge and wisdom that we do, but it's sad all the same. In case you guys didn't see the other video I did, and this is your first time coming to the channel, I'll show you some brief news clippings to get you guys caught up before I say what I want to say.
And now to an horrific case of child abuse behind the death of an Oakland County 6-year-old. Tonight, the prosecutor is revealing the trauma Giovanni Jennings endured and the lies she says a couple of adults used to try covering it up.
The boy's mother, Elena Jennings, and her boyfriend are each charged with murder and child abuse for what the prosecutor says happened inside a home in Madison Heights. Will Jones is live with what was revealed today. Will.
Kimberly and Demond, what Giovanni Jennings allegedly endured is simply heartbreaking. I can't tell you how difficult it was to hear them detail some of these incidents that happened to this boy. Oakland County Prosecutor Karen McDonald called it one of the worst child abuse cases that she's ever seen. So here's what we know. Investigators say 6-year-old Giovanni Chulu Jennings died from blunt force trauma to his abdomen and a perforated bowel after a lengthy period of confinement and abuse at a home in Madison Heights. They say Giovanni was bound to the wall by using a staple gun to his clothes, forcing his face into a corner. Investigators also allege the abuse included being shot with a BB gun. They say the boy's 2 younger siblings witnessed the abuse. His mom, Elena Jennings, and her boyfriend, Daniel Giacchino, are now charged with murder and first-degree child abuse. That's in addition to charges of lying to peace officer, which was filed last week. Investigators say the couple tried to blame the abuse on the boy's biological father after mom called 911 July 30th saying her son was unconscious. Investigators say Giacchino was responsible for the abuse, but mom was aware of it and even at times encouraged it. The couple allegedly shared laughs over the boy living a nightmare.
Both Jennings and Giacchino laughed about the photo and Giacchino's use of the staple gun to solve, quote, the problem. According to the text, Chula was being punished in this manner for looking out the window in the pen area.
The couple was arraigned this morning and they were denied bond. Coming up at 6, we're going to talk to the boy's stepfather. He is devastated after hearing what happened today and some of those details. He had no idea that this was going on. So we're going to go into a little more detail about their relationship and his reaction to those charges. But for right now, we're live in Detroit. Will Jones, Local 4.
Really just a horrific case. All right.
But we begin tonight with what is being called one of the worst cases of child abuse and murder that prosecutors say they have ever seen. Thank you so much for joining us for 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Carolyn Clifford.
And I'm Simon Shaquette. A 6-year-old boy's horrific death in Madison Heights now leading to charges. The community tonight left with many questions.
It happened on July 30th. The child's mother, Elena Jennings, and her boyfriend, Daniel Giacchino, are now facing murder and first-degree child abuse charges. We do have to warn you tonight, the details in this story may be quite disturbing to some viewers.
Today, I talked to the Oakland County prosecutor about allegations, a neighbor about how this has impacted the community, and the grandmother of the boyfriend about disturbing allegations surrounding the death of Giovanni Jennings, who was affectionately known to many as Chulo.
He was being punished in the bedroom.
How was he being punished?
I was told that he was put in the corner.
Why was this child being punished?
He was being real bad. I understand that he was being real bad to his brother.
Ann Nix lives here in the Ackles mobile home community off DeQuinder, the same place prosecutors say 6-year-old Giovanni Jennings suffered blunt force trauma to the abdomen and a perforated bowel after a lengthy period of confinement and child abuse.
When I was home the one day, I heard her reprimanding him, slapping him, with the belt.
Nix is adamant she was unaware. Prosecutor Karen McDonald charged her grandson, 32-year-old Daniel Giacchina, and the child's mother, 25-year-old Elena Jennings, with murder and first-degree child abuse until I told her. Did you see anything that made you think he was in danger?
No.
Photos taken during an autopsy in Wayne County revealed that Chulo had bruising and laceration on his entire body.
Police say a 911 call July 30th made by his mother led to him being found not breathing. He was pronounced dead a day later at the hospital.
Both Giacchina and Jennings would watch video clips of Chulo, quote, misbehaving, which would include Chulo trying to urinate, drink, or leave the corner.
Prosecutors say after initial charges of lying to police were filed, they discovered video evidence to show the boy was shot with a BB gun, confined to a bedroom wall using a staple gun, and that he began vomiting due to injuries.
Both Jennings and Giacchina laughed about the photo and Giacchina's use of the staple gun to solve, quote, the problem. The abuse involved physical violence and assault, including shooting at Chulo with a BB gun. For punishment, Chulo was confined to a pen in a corner of Giacchina's and Jennings' bedroom.
Prosecutors add the mother lied, telling police the boy was with his biological father, who was in no way involved in this. Jolene Zidlowski lives next door and tells me she's simply in disbelief.
To know that he was confined allegedly to a bedroom,
Yep.
unable to leave.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. And to know that there was torture, that boy was tortured, that's unfathomable. How can a mother do that to their kid?
I discussed with him that being put in a corner for any great length of time was too much, was enough. It wasn't, and that he needed mental health.
Right now, those charged remain in jail without bond and will be in court for an upcoming hearing August 21st to bring you those latest developments. Carolyn.
The horrific news of what happened to this little boy, Giovanni Jennings, 6 years old, gone already. And may he rest in peace. But this right here is something that we're starting to see a pattern of. Now, this has happened before over the years, but I mean, it's a distinct rise in people killing their children, either the parent killing the child or allowing some stranger to kill the child. I don't know how long this was going on, but it says up here that he had bruising and lacerations on his entire body, including his scalp, temples, lips, inner mouth, cheeks, forehead, chin, shoulder, forearms, fingers, thumbs, back, buttocks, inner thighs, knees, and shins. Basically his whole body. They named his whole body in an anatomy of where he's been bruised. I say a lot of things that are messed up about what should happen to people that do things like this. And I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. The justice system won't fix this. This is years and years of individuals being selfish, ignorant, not wanting to improve themselves, and feeling like they're the smartest persons in the room all the time and knowing more. They see, this is my thing. They know better, but won't do better. Let's just put it like that. There's no way this 6-year-old boy is gone in the manner that he was in. They put him in a pen. It said a pen. They had a corner called the solution. You staple this boy's body to where he can't turn his face. The dude did. Why? Because he has no ethereal attachment. So he can do whatever he want to do with the kid because the mom, Elena, is green lighting it. He had a distaste for that child already. Child might have acted out because of the relationship that his mom had with this guy and how he was treated or neglected. Told you before, there are people out here that choose dick over their own damn kids and their needs. If you guys didn't see that press conference, it was horrific, some of the things they were saying. Said he got punched in the stomach 4 times by the man because he was peeking out of some tarp that they had around. So they would put him in total darkness in a room, in their room, in a pen, and put him in total darkness. He peeked out. That's what got him beat up. She knew he needed medical attention, did not render aid after this man brutalized him, after she green-lighted it. She was encouraging him. He hurt my son. Let's look at this in plain, without no rose-colored like this. Look at this for what it is. She got a son she can't control, or that's acting out or whatever, right? Instead of sending him with his father, where he probably was happy because where they was living at, it probably was chaos in the home, which I believe, because it was chaos ensued on him. Could have sent him to his dad. She didn't do that. What she did was, boom, try to make this guy the father figure in the house. And you already know it was already turmoil in there. And you offered your son up to this man and used him as the tool to be a disciplinarian against issues you had with your child, and then he developed issues with the child from seeing the child act a certain way, and then thus the vitriol grew. Yeah, beat my son. He's not yours, but just beat him like you're his dad anyway, when he got a father. When he got a father, you could have sent him with his dad. And that's the thing. That's why I rip people that do shit like this. And then this sucker, this simp dude is running around beating kids that ain't his. If the situation is crazy and you can't put 2 and 2 together and see that she can't handle this kid, move out, step out. You're not the one for me or whatever. But either way, they both are wrong. She was going to work knowing in her head that that man was torturing that child. Shot him in the ass and shot him in the knee. Made him stand there. They had pictures. Hear me. If you guys didn't see the press conference, they had pictures of the little boy, the 4-year-old, and another little boy. One had the real gun, one had another gun, and they had the guns pointed at him. He took a picture, little Giovanni. They got him with his hands up. One of the real gun, the 9mm, had a laser pointed on it. It was pointing at his hand. He's standing there like this. They got real guns pointed on him. How sick is that? He never had a chance. He was the whipping boy. Why? Look like his mom. How you do that to somebody that look like you and come from you? Choosing this man over that. He suffered. Beat him so bad in the abdomen that his insides perforated or exploded. 3 days he stayed like that, or 4 days, I can't remember. Getting weaker and weaker, throwing up after suffering abdominal injuries. The pain that this little boy suffered, physically, unimaginable by anybody in right mind. Not to mention the psychological torture he went through, as well as the physical, that crippled his growth and development, even if he got away from them. That's the thing. He absorbed so much punishment. A lot of times, children like this, when you take them out of that home and try to rebuild them, a lot of times it doesn't work because they're too far gone from being messed up. He had cuts in the inside of his mouth. That's from getting punched in the face where his lips was busted and then it hit his gums or knocked his teeth into his mouth. Who punches a 6-year-old in the face? Who hits him? I tell you one. Somebody whose mother don't care about the kid, so he don't care about the kid. This is tragic. Tragic, and it falls along the lines of a whole bunch of other stuff. And look, in the press conference, they said little boy, they took him to that center where they interview these children. Little boy told everything. Told everything. Said Giovanni died all day, meaning he was writhing in pain and was sitting there and going in and out of consciousness. You can already tell for a little boy to know what dying is or looking like somebody died, he had to be drifting in and out of consciousness. You sat there for 4 days while your son was tore up on the inside and getting weaker and weaker. You didn't do that because you went to cover your own ass. So what you do? Oh, we'll blame it on baby daddy. He was with the dad the day I was at work when he was with this demon the whole fucking time. So you're gonna let an innocent man go to the gallows to save your ass and this bum ass dude you with's ass, and you're gonna let an innocent man go up the river. You fellas out here better pay attention. You better pay attention. They charged with first-degree murder and first-degree child abuse. They wouldn't have to worry about nothing. No more, not a red cent would be made from would be taken from taxpayers after this was all found out. They'd be at a tree stump somewhere, crying, screaming, kicking, shitting, and pissing. Take their heads right off. Do them like they do chickens back in the day. Yard foul. Because this some bird brain shit here. Let's get them up out of here. Show them the flowers. I'd walk them down a long sidewalk full of all the flowers they want to see. The last thing of beauty they'll see after they tried to recreation and use it as their recreation. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. People that do this kind of shit with ill intent and no regard for human decency or the lives of others, especially their own children, get them the fuck out of here.